Aha! Yes! Oh. Ooh. Ow! Oh. Ah, bim, 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 bim. Ooh. Huh? Huh? Yay! No! Elephant Quest. I don't remember what was this game about, except elephants and quests. I remember though that I could install a machine gun on my elephant, which is another sentence that I never thought I would be able to say. The weather was fine and everybody decided it was a great day to be outside. Ah yes, I now understand what was the reason behind this video game. Someone stole the blue elephant's hat. Like, how can we leave this crime unpunished? Oh, it wasn't a machine gun, it was more like a laser gun, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I have dubbed the elephant's technology. Oh wow, that's a lot of power-ups. Well, I'll choose Charisma because it sounds like the useless one. I think I know what I want to choose for the first upgrade. Countering how cute you look, of course. There we go. And there are even different quests inside. Wow, I don't remember it being so elaborated. Of course I will find your Mr. Snuggles bear. I'll get the balloon. Yay, I have a balloon. Same. Ooh. What the hell? I'm getting immediately attacked, you little bitch. I have a balloon. How dare you? I have a balloon and I will get my hat back. Yay, me too, Bobbington. I found another balloon. I'm just getting more and more powerful, bitches. This is one of the games that I remember less. I can't tell you that much about it, except that I'm having a good time playing it. You can tell that the developers put quite some effort in this, so... Plus, come on, you can have hats, you can have balloons, what more do you want? Laser on an elephant, we got that. I'm sure that eventually, with all the stuff that you collect, your elephant is going to look crazy. Hey, I found Mr. Snuggles! That's great. Let's go, my minions! Hey, I'm back here! Who is that wanted Mr. Snuggles? Was it you? Oh, my awesome! Thank you for finding my bear! Here is a weapon to help you. A teddy bear in exchange for a weapon. Don't ask how I found it. Oh, I have now a little turret carriage next to me with another laser. Well, I will definitely continue this elephant quest. I really like the art style and the dialogues are rather funny. But now I'll pass to the next game. I remember playing this Raze game, but I'm not sure it will work. Ah yes, I remember this intro. Let's go for a quick match, I guess, rather than the campaign. Oh god, yeah. I remember that it had big problems in the lagging department, and therefore it's kinda unplayable right now. That's a shame. It was an arena shooter game, and I quite liked it. But as you can see, it barely moves. It's like not even 1 frame per second, it's like 1 frame per several seconds. In high school, me and a classmate tried to play this game on the very old early 2000s computers of my school, and more or less it was running like this. Just that now it works like this because of browser stuff. I'm playing everything on Google Chrome, by the way. I won't try to change it. Well, quote-unquote playing.
6.5 hours later.
Oh, never mind. Oh, I'm actually doing stuff. Why can I move freely now? Oh, I have a rocket launcher. This guy. Get wrecked! Yeah, I really like this game because it had a lot of mobility and the AI wasn't bad. It was quite challenging, but at least for my skills. Ow. Oh boy, this is bringing back so many memories. Me getting my ass kicked by bots. Well, I suppose the game said that that's enough. Oh. Well, some arenas were very nice. This is a simple one. I remember me camping in one place with the rocket launcher and killing like 20 bots in a row. Haha, I'm first now. Oh, I like this weapon here. Mine launcher or something like that. Well, it's not the case that I go on my own mines. Oh no. Oh, I'm invincible. Get destroyed, get destroyed. Yay! Not bad. Oh, Dragon, how did you do so poorly? More than that, how did they die, all of them, so many times? Did they just die from the acid? Anyway, it kinda still works, not that well, but still. Next game then. Ah yes, a crow. Is it crow or is it crow? It's probably crow, but then again you say cow, not cow. This Blackbird in Hell. This was a game with such a nice art department and a quite interesting concept. There's this hunter that shoots the crow and we fall basically in some sort of hell, limbo. And we have to navigate through this very weird, sometimes steampunkish levels to be able to escape from this sort of hell. And it's not easy at all, I remember, plus I grow older. I seem to remember, yeah, there was something there. Now this time, bitch, whatever you touch kills you. And hear the soundtrack. It's such a fitting and rather epic soundtrack. It was quite perfect for this. You have to navigate these underground tunnels and oh, it keeps falling, huh? But I remember when I was playing it with my very old bad computer, it wasn't easy at all because for some reason the keyboard that I was using, I don't know if it was the keyboard's problem or some other compatibility problem, but basically sometimes my crow would just suicide against the barriers, or anything really, anything can kill you, because suddenly one of the directional arrow keys would get stuck, and therefore it was almost impossible to play it. I really suggest you to play this if you like this genre. There is also Crow in Hell 2 and Crow in Hell 3. I don't remember what these keys unlock, if anything. Maybe a different ending, or maybe some extra modes. I see this more like an anti-chamber of hell, anti-tunnels of hell. Because, after all, escaping from hell sounds like one of the most difficult things that I can imagine.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Oh no, insects! Can I just go away? Oh! Yeah, well, better dead than chased by insects. Oh, never mind. But look, he's cheating, he's passing through rocks! Not fair! This is a bit also how I imagine the realm of the dead in the Greek mythology. I don't remember exactly how it's called. The realm of Hades? Hades? I'm not sure what was his name. The Greek god of hell. Probably had many names in various languages. Get away from me, insect. Ah, great. Underground tunnels. Probably not as steampunkish, but it's probably a modern day Hades, whatever. Sometimes you really have to die to get the keys. You have no alternative, I'm afraid. But considering that this is hell, it's quite fitting. After all, you could escape from the realm of Hades. You thought... or maybe you can't, I guess. Anyway, that was a very nice game that I appreciated, so next game! Sushi Cat! This was another adorable game, of course with cats, because cats are adorable. It was a quite simple game. Basically what we have to do is to drop this adorable squishy fluff ball into this sushi and get the maximum points, I suppose. Look how sad the cat is on the left, but don't worry, I will feed you so much yummy sushi. I don't remember if we can actually move a little bit. No, I don't think so. We are in the hands of destiny, but the more you eat, the more you get fat and adorable, and the more the kitty on the left will be happy. But making cats happy is basically already by default a great game. It can't be a bad game. Full belly achieved! And we're gonna nom 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 also the last pieces. Not bad. Ooh, 200. I love how he gets dropped with the chopsticks. So adorable. I mean, I suppose that cats do love sushi. They usually like fish. Do they like rice? I have a friend that loves cats and loves sushi. This reminds me of her, but she's not as round. This cat is so round that it should become a Pokemon. Why did they never make a Pokemon like this? It would immediately become my favorite. If you like this adorableness and a cute relaxing game, this is definitely the one that takes the cake, or the sushi in this case. I remember in later levels, or maybe later games, the cat becomes so incredibly fat that it's almost impossible for it to squish through the various elements of the level, and therefore the cat becomes like Play-Doh, it becomes all deformed to be able to actually squish between the various objects, which is perfect because, after all, cats are made of squish. It bounces. And with a happy and fat cat, we're going to pass to the next game. The Company of Myself. I remember this was a very interesting and quite introspective puzzle game. If you have a minute, I'd like to tell you a bit about myself. The first thing you need to understand is that I'm alone. I've been alone for a pretty long time now. Whether you are looking for a philosophical adventure or just a nice puzzle game, The Company of Myself might be what you're looking for. My attention is stolen by a green square on the other end of the room. I want to be its friend more than anything I've ever wanted. I decide to use the arrow keys to approach it. Nice. So I suppose we're playing as the Monopoly Man, rocking that top hat. This is where this game becomes different from others. If I press spacebar... Oh... Basically it's a replay of what I just did. That's nice. I seem to remember that you would transform your body into a statue, more or less, but it does exactly what you just did. Alright, for example now, if I stay here and press spacebar, my ghost, it's a bit like when in Gran Turismo or other racing games. Do I need it again? Yes. You would set a time lap, and then you would race against your own ghost. Yeah, you need to have a lot of patience in this game. Ah, the music is so peaceful. Worst thing is that if I fail at the last jump, I'll have to start over, huh? There we go. Geronimo! Hey, that's my line usually. I see a wall blocking the path to the exit. I'm dissatisfied. But... oh no, never mind. I thought that if I kept walking here, like this, and then create a ghost, the ghost would be able to pass through the wall, but no, I actually think that I need to pull the lever down, I suppose. So let's go down and press A. Hey! I can't create another... Oh, on top left, I have the amounts of ghosts remaining. Come on, my dear. Yes, perfect. I notice a strange force field in this room. I become gradually more and more curious. Is this something? Oh, what? It doesn't seem to block me at all, but maybe it blocks my ghost. Yep. So what I will do is go first here, then use my real self to pull the lever, and it works anyway. That's nice. The force field here is greenish. I suppose that I will keep walking and then create the ghost, and I should do it. Come on, how slow was I? Yeah, keep on going. Nice. As you can see, the mechanics are very interesting. And later it gets more and more complicated. But I remember it was one of those little gems of Flash games from the past. And since it's an introspective adventure, I will leave it to you if you want to play it. Next game. If crushing King Harold of the Anglo-Saxons wasn't enough, you can also crush the castle, too, because the first game does not work on my browser for some reason. There are even more sequels, and I remember every time that a sequel came out, I was ready to play it. Ah yes, Siege Master, Crush Tonia, that sounds like a real place. Alright, yes, that's a great castle, which I will bomb with a wood log. What? Hello, Sir Trebuchet. Oh, maybe I have to release it? Huh? Oh, yes. Yeah, but it didn't do anything. I like how they have no defense. They just stand there doing nothing, like, yep, we'll just wait here till the player will actually take a good shot and kill us. Well, that's my favorite type of enemies. Trebuchet. Oh. There we go. The king is like, well, this is light and comfortable. Yep, fine day today. Listen, there's no way, let's restart. The king by doing nothing defeated me. My god, I'm bad. Finally, this time, only one shot needed. Maybe I should knock this thing down. Catapult! And now we have 3 logs to throw together. Because, you know, stones would be too effective. There we go. I remember later you unlock, of course, stones, but also bombs or stuff to set everything on fire. Oh, I remember I love the one that set everything on fire. That sounds weird. Are these the 3 little piglets? Isn't that a stock sound? Like, ah! Oh, finally we have a stone. The technology. I didn't even see you. I'm sorry, I completely missed the king. I like how this game is built as tower defense. Like, not really. Tower attack, at best. Ah. Uh-huh. How convenient. Who thought it was a good idea to build a castle like this? Ah, 3 stones. I like how he takes, like, various sieges for the engineers to realize, oh, you know what could be better than 1 stone? 3 stones. Oh, now we're talking. Now we're starting with the heavy artillery. Really? Really? Finally. I want to at least unlock the fiery ball. I love fiery balls. Oh, there's Merlin up there as well. Oh, not for long. Oh, armor bolt, interesting. Iron shell, yeah, more or less. I like how until everybody's dead, I will keep attacking. Oh, that's a nice beach resort you have here, made of wood. Would be a shame if I would just start bombing it with my iron bolts. There we go. Oh, the king and the queen are being freaky down there, huh? I like at least the change of scenery. It's not too bad. It's a really simple game, but it's always nice to have some light-hearted, silly game. By light-hearted, I mean that we have to completely destroy a whole kingdom by killing everybody, but, well... Ah! That was a nice death. 4 princesses or queens or whatever are just there with their hands on their hips judging me. Not for long though. Oh. I would move out of the way if I were you, but sure. I have to aim to the explosive stuff, huh? Ah, it doesn't even bounce. Well, that barely did anything, really. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room to spend the night together, together in my room. Boy, how old is that song? Well, this is another game that, if you like destruction and destruction and relaxation at the same time, quite a combo, you might like. I'm sure that you will unlock various different weapons thanks to the amazing engineers, big-brained engineers. But for me this is enough, so next game. Oh boy, Super Karoshi. The goal of this game is to die. You have to die. This is an intro movie for a game in which you walk, you jump again, and miss completely. It's Super Karoshi, which I suppose it's a sequel of Karoshi, the Suicide Salaryman, but this is so stupid and so silly. Use the arrow keys. Whoops. Amazing, huh? But if you think that it's so easy to kill yourself, yeah, think again. I have to press all the buttons, but in this case, it's better to press the one on the right as the last one, otherwise these platforms would disappear and I wouldn't be able to kill myself, and I wouldn't want that. Timing. And those spikes will eventually... Alright, it was very short. Unfortunately, the defect of this game is that it's very short, but also that it likes to troll you. LOL. You can tell this game is rather old. Well then. Oh! This is not the end. I don't believe this is the end. Ah! Ah! This game is bumping! There we go. And here we start with Super Karoshi. I'm a Superman Saiyan, basically, who can't die for the spikes. And when I'm Super Karoshi, I can fly around, or jump around mid-air, how much I want. But if I touch the Kryptonite, or however the name is, I can kill myself. Which, as we know, is the best goal of all time. I believe my mission is to make all the Karoshi die. So... what if I do this? Uh-huh. How about I go this way? Ah! Too easy for me, too easy. Only Super Karoshi can help you killing yourself. Don't worry, friend. I'm here for you. The best superhero of all times. K. I'll press K on my keyboard. Well, with that, next one. Deep Sleep. I remember this with the sequel, which if I'm not mistaken were Deeper Sleep, and The Deepest Sleep was a quite scary horror game. When you look into the abyss also looks into you. Yes, I know this quote. I remember this was very surreal and some parts were scary. Like, I usually don't get scared by horror games. Ah, no, no! Please, 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 Stadius, protect me! When there's a monster chasing me, probably. But for the rest, it's usually hard to scare me without jump scares of some sort. But I remember this one being quite scary. And as you can guess from the title, Deep Sleep, and the sequels as well, yeah, you see, everything is surreal, everything is like a dream, a fever dream, or a nightmare maybe. Oh, great. Oh, great! Hello, hello? Moshi Moshi? Moshi Moshi, where are you? Hello? Nah. Nah. Nine. Alright, we have to wake up. What's this? Flashlight. It has no batteries though. There are big cracks in this wall, but I can't do much about it. We can go down. Oh, yes, I like this, yes. I really like this. Nothing here. Hello, hello. I'm sure this note gets to you somehow. At this point you should know all of this is not real. I hope the inner awakening went well and you have a full lucid control over the dream. Sincerely, yourself. Oh, that sounds weird. I must say that when I dream while asleep, I often understand that what I'm living is a dream, and sometimes it's so annoying, because if it's not a dream that you like, you cannot wake up. So you start doing some weird shit in the dream that you know that your brain won't be able to process, and therefore that will force you to wake up. Usually it involves killing yourself, because, you know, your brain doesn't know how it feels like to be dead, and therefore if you throw yourself off a bridge, your brain doesn't really know how to replicate that. Alright, what's this, a piece of old cloth? Well... I knew it! I was about to say I hope there's not a jump scare in here. Do I have to... Oh, okay, now it's wet. And what the hell do I do with it? Should I clean the stain that the rude person inside the furnace left? No, it's already clean. Maybe it's useful to open the handle? No, never mind. Sometimes it's nice playing point-and-click games. The problem is that I've always been quite terrible at point-and-click games, and I always get stuck. Sir, can I help in any way? Not answering? Rude. Okay, today I feel very good about my point-and-click abilities. I had a great intuition. You see this dark thing that you can barely see? Now, if you stick a bone in it... Oh yeah, told you. Yeah, another great intuition without looking at a walkthrough. Alright, now I can open it. Maybe I need this not to burn myself? Okay. And I can just enter in the furnace. Not bad. There was a key. That key should be melted or at least boiling hot. But, well, over here there is a locked drawer. There we go. Batteries! Yay, boy! Now I can happily go into the dark part. Isn't that great news? Couldn't wait to do this. Wake up. Okay. Oh no. No. Okay, bye. Whatever that was, I'm out of here. If you like this game, I suggest it. Deep sleep, deeper sleep, and the deeper sleep. Bye. Next game. Ah, something wholesome finally. Home Ship Home. Some sequels came out, I remember, but this is the first one that I played back then. It was adorable. Guide Shirley, Sean, and Timmy back to the barn, which are these three adorable ships, like the tank ship, the tank absolute unit, the normal, kinda skinny ship, and the small one. And of course, each one of them will have a different ability. And I remember it was actually very nice. Alright. Oh, I can actually push them a little bit. And of course we can jump on Shirley, because she's a fluffy tank. That's just adorable. Me! Yadza! Uh-huh! There we go. You can tell that I like sheeps, as some of my favorite Pokemon are Mareep and Vulu, and then my favorite Animal Crossing villagers, Pietro and Dom. Sorry, I'll move you around. You puny weaklings! What is this, hay? Puny hay. You won't defeat Shirley. See? Thank you, Shirley. Alright. That's interesting. Huh! Nice. And then... huh! That's good. Shirley, will we be able to do this? I don't want you to fall. What? Haha. Now it's big brain time. Tim is the lightest ship. Well, obviously. And so? Oh no. Rip Timmy. Worry not, Timmy is still here. Well, I know to do this, but Sean isn't that heavy either. Shirley is both heavy and clumsy, because she's adorable. It just means that I have to be more careful when I jump with Shirley. Or maybe because Shirley should be the last one, because Shirley probably knocks all the boxes down. Ooh. Trampolines are fun, but quite heavy. Worry not, our tank is here. Whoa. Yes, yes, and yes. That was quite easy. Let's go with Jacksepticeye here. Now we're talking. Aren't Shirley and Sean popular names in Ireland? This makes me think this is set in Ireland. It's full of ships there. I really need big brain time here. Put Shirley here as a counterweight because she's a thick ship. Then push the crate over here. Maybe, I don't know. And then maybe push it with Shirley. Yes! Perfect! Oh no! But the idea was right. Video games cause violence. Video games cause you to be able to work with your ships and create an army and eventually conquer the world. So yeah, in a certain sense, yes, because your highly trained military ships will be able to help you with world domination, but at the same time they will be very adorable and cute and fluffy and soft. What does this witch do? Well, only one way to find out. Oh, I know. Look. If I push this box down, I won't be able to lift it back up over this wall. Therefore, I'm going to use Sean as a truck. And then Shirley... Let's do with Shirley as a truck, so she won't push the box into oblivion. Oh, calm down. Alright. Good job, good job. Nice. Hey, come on. Oh no, I can't push it. Okay, Timmy, I need you. Oh no, I can't jump with Timmy. Okay, worry not. Sean is coming to the rescue. Timmy, it's your turn. You have to save us. Save us, Timmy. Ah, good job, Timmy. Amazing. And here we are. See? Intelligence over 9,000 for my ships. Is that cabbage? It's a bit trial and error as well, because after all, you have to find out what the switches do. Oh, I need to push the cabbages here. Otherwise, one of the ships will never make it to the other side of the door. Ah! Can I stop just skating over the cabbages? Attack! Attack of the cabbages! They... Yes! No! More cabbages! Well, you need a bit of luck for the cabbages to actually go there. Come on, cabbages! Do not disappoint me! They don't even come back down. They just move out of the stratosphere. What the hell? This time let's try with Shirley, because she's more powerful. Oh, you're feeling an earthquake? No, it's not actually an earthquake. It's just Shirley jumping on a trampoline. She's just that powerful. Her power level is way beyond even 18,000. All the cabbages now. Ba-bum bum, ba-bum bum bum bum. Oh! Come on! Yes! Only 2 cabbages are needed. The other ones we can eat them for, I don't know, afternoon snack. Okay, let's try like this. Uh-huh. There we go. You move. Come on, Shirley. Pass, move. Timmy, come on. Hup. Nice. Who thought that was a good idea to put a tractor wheel on the roof? But that was the 10th level. I'm going to leave the rest of the game and the sequels, if you like this type of stuff, to you. I actually recommend this game if you just like to relax and have a little bit of fun. Good job, Shirley, Sean and Timmy. Next game. So, you might think this is a Pokemon game, and Professor Oak is asking me if I'm a boy or a girl. But surprise, surprise, that old demented scammer of a professor is not in this game, and this is loved. And I remember this was a very interesting game. Are you a man or a woman? I'm a man. I'm a boy, I'm not a man, I don't care. Oh, fine then, I suppose. Will I teach you how to play or not? Play? Sure. You do not deserve it. Well then, quite passive-aggressive. You are wrong. I pressed left, by the way, and then it said to be that I'm wrong. Quite a chubby boy, I mean girl. This was very interesting because there's always this voice, well, not really a voice, this someone talking to you through this text and giving you commands. Jump over that pit of barbs. Sure, I suppose that's the red thing? Good girl. Hey, at least Professor Oak didn't mistake once I told him. Unfortunately, the performance is a bit it's a bit laggy. I suppose this is what happens with Flash games. The frame rates really changes from time to time. What a shame, because it really was a nice game, and I remember, touch the statue, I will forgive you. Good girl. Oh yes, I do remember these graphics of the statue indeed. Jumping became very difficult. It looks like gravity goes away while you're in the air. Touch the statue? Yay. Travel the lower path. Sure. As you can see, you keep receiving Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, don't get angry. You see, you keep getting orders, and I remember clearly that there are 2 different endings according to if you obey the orders or if you disobey the orders. It's 2 different endings. And I'm not sure which one is the correct one. Well, probably there is not a correct one, but which one is the good one and which one is the bad one, if there even is such a thing. I've always liked these kind of games that the more you go on, the more they make you think, they make you wonder. Could this be, and I don't absolutely remember what was it about, but could this be about a toxic relationship in which one lover really commands over the other? The problem is that this is very difficult to play because, as you can see, it's a platformer, but frame rate is not good at all. It keeps going up and down, and yeah, there's absolutely no way for me. It's a shame that I can't show you that much of this game. In case this game is playable, maybe on another browser or another computer for some reason, I highly recommend it because I remember many people like this game. But unfortunately, I cannot go on, so next game. It took me a while to find this game again, the Millie Megavolte saga. I've always loved this style, this, almost hand-drawn style. I don't even know how to describe it, but I remember that there were around like 7, even more maybe, games of Millie Megavolte. All with kick-ass music, full of 2000s insults like "pump the noobs" and stuff like that. The first ones were very simple with very basic enemies, but the more you went on, the more it would become a much more difficult game with a lot of enemies. Okay, first of all, health. Yes, I am a bitch. But I will put difficulty normal. Hey! Oh, I cannot... Oh, there's no escaping from being called a bitch. Now I remember health regeneration off was too difficult for me. So as you can clearly see, you already tried to attack me, huh? Millie Megavolte is clearly a dwarf, a very irritable dwarf, and as soon as I fill up the anger bar below the health bar, I will become much stronger in berserk mode. If I remember correctly, I can use different attacks. I can run and attack immediately, but also... yes. I can also kick in the balls, I see. Oh, okay, I thought I was already dead. I remember in the first games of Millie Megavolte, you would die as soon as you would fall in the water. But here I have to be very careful because... Oh, see? If enemies are at the edge of the platform, they might prevent me from actually reaching the platform and making me fall. I have full anger bar, but I don't remember how to activate it. Maybe... I'm trying to activate it, so I'm going to kick you in the balls. I thought I wouldn't have been very effective considering that he's a skeleton, but it always hurts there. That hurts as well. Doesn't this art style remind you of the animations that you would see in the mid to late 2000s? There were so many videos on YouTube like Naruto funny moments, animated, stuff like that. I miss those simple times. So how do I activate the rage? There we go. I like it. Give me more enemies. Damn it. Everyone looks blind in this art style because they have no pupils or anything in their eyes, really. Yes, but Millie is one of the most badass heroines of the entire video game industry of all times. Therefore, that's not so easy to stop her. I remember I watched a playthrough of Millie Megavolte 6, I believe. Oh dear, I remember these last levels were so difficult. And you can clearly see how the developer improved with his skills in making Millie Megavolte games. Every game is more... Oh, the little sneaky thief bitch, huh? Every game is way more polished and visually even better than the previous one. Quite easy, huh? Shut up, it's not because I'm playing on easy difficulty. Did you see he was hanging there, ready to stab me with his little knife, like... Sorry, I don't have time to hang around. Oh, did you see him? He turned around to prevent me from jumping on that platform. Little bitch. Oh no! Ooh, I was so lucky here. Oh, I love this music. Really need some more metal-like music in video games. But well, I like many genres really. But this really fits the fact that Millie is an enraged meter of kick-ass. Oh, you think you can run away from me? There's no escaping, banana. Okay, let's see if I can actually... I cannot hit him. These were so annoying because... Oh, look at that! He hit me so much, I can barely touch him. You thought you could surprise me there, huh? Yeah, that's right, that's cute. I know this game had a bit of success in my country because right now I'm playing it on a website from my country. It used to be quite popular back then, but I'm pretty sure it was never published on any of the big flash game platforms like Armor Games and Newgrounds. Sometimes it's a bit like this. An anime from when I was young, called Kuro-chan. It was famous only in certain countries because that's where they decided to air it. All the enemies respawn once you die. Another Dark Souls-like game. Ooh, hello. I just airdropped myself on your... Oh shit! Ooh. Uh-huh. Cute. Oh! Boss time! Oh, hello. Oh, giant bomb. So I remember that in easy mode... Hey! Look! He's invisible! What the hell? I remember that in easy mode there was a way to defeat this boss. Basically you would become enraged. Here we are. And then you go to the boss and you keep hitting it because eventually you will recover anger, and the anger mode, the berserk, will never stop, and you will recover health as well. So yeah, nice try, invisible boss. Get ficked! I don't know if it was supposed to be invisible or if it was a glitch. Well, I completed the first level, but I will leave the other ones for you in case you would like to play it. It's not easy to find this Flash game though, or any other of the Millie Megavolte Flash game saga, but it was nice revisiting it. It feels so retro, and by retro I mean 2000s. And it's actually quite a challenge to complete these games, especially on normal, because later it will get much more difficult. And the 6th chapter is a very nice complete game with cutscenes and everything, but quite difficult and labyrinthic. So if you're up for a challenge, I am not, but if you're up for a challenge, definitely check Millie Megavolte 6, and I'll pass to the next game. It took me a while to find this game again, among the many rhythm games, but I finally did it. The intro of Newgrounds though, memories. DJ Maniax. I love this game. I never been a big fan of music and rhythm games. I played some Osu, but I've always been terrible at rhythm games and shooting games. These are the two types of games that I'm the worst at. But this one wasn't bad at all. You could play with either mouse or keyboard. I always preferred the keyboard one. Oh, the Are Crazy channel, epilepsy incoming. No thanks, easy challenge. I already unlocked some songs because I discovered the game again a few days ago. And there are so many songs, and all of them different styles, really. This one is quite famous, Rotterdam Nation. Cernus Perfect Math Class, sure. Which I believe is from Tohu, and then you can tell that this song is from the 2000s. Well, I don't actually know from which year is it, but I remember this type of songs back then. Yep. And ooh, epic. I wonder if I will get copyrighted for this though. I better talk a lot over this. But unfortunately, even if I think it's still one of the best Flash games, rhythm Flash games of all time, it doesn't work as well as it used to, because of course of the decline of Flash. I will try a couple of songs. You have to use 3 different rows of your keyboard. This is the middle row, and this is the top row that I have to keep pressed. But sometimes, even if you clearly get it right, it won't be counted, unfortunately. You have no chance, basically, of getting 100%. Actually, you know what, that was too easy. I'm going to play at medium difficulty, because that's more of a challenge. But for sure I will miss some, because as I said... Oh wait, this includes a new row, which is spacebar, basically. This already is basically almost the limit of my abilities in music games. Great. Yeah, I actually did it correctly there, but unfortunately, as I told you, yeah, you see, sometimes it just misses. Because if in other Flash games you might survive with a little bit of lag, unfortunately, in rhythm games, a little bit of lag means it's almost unplayable. And it's not even lag in the graphics, it's input lag basically. So that's terrible, and I really wish this would be re-released somewhere and that it would work again. Maybe it will, or there is something similar. I'm not really up to date with this stuff, really.
Once again.
Ba-dum-bum-bum. Or maybe, who knows, this is just a problem of mine. Usually it works pretty well. This time I just fucked up. I certainly want to try the epic one. 7 Circles by Hoiloe, I don't know. Here we go. This is going to be difficult, but also epic. And you know how much I like epic. This reminds me of my fight against Red at the top of Mount Silver. Yeah, that's the most epic thing that I can think of. Ba-dum-pum-pum-pum-pum. Hundreds and hundreds or even thousands of hours of Skyrim, but of course when I think of epic I think of Pokemon. That's clearly a Charizard in the background. You know what I really like of epic music? That is ageless, it's timeless. It will work forever because it will always be, you know, medieval inspired. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh! The boss appeared. Well, I think that damn it, that looking at someone playing rhythm games, especially if the person playing it is not that good, in my case, and it's not playing competitive, it's not that entertaining, but if you like rhythm games, I strongly suggest this, because I really loved it. And even if, you know, you want to try it out, after all, if I can play it, anybody can play it, because I'm terrible at it. And since I'm a weeb, I will end up with Tohu. This was an animation on YouTube, I remember. Or maybe an animation on Flash, who knows. And then they made it as a map for this game, I guess. And Tohu is a bullet hell game, isn't it, right? That's another type of game I'm absolutely terrible at. But what kind of games I'm even good at? Are you drinking an energy drink? That's me. Obsessing over time that is passing and how old I'm getting. And remembering old games like this one, and all the other ones, making me feel nostalgia for the 2000s. Did she just headbutt me? Baka, 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 baka. But you know, nostalgia is much sweeter when, of course, you lived your life back then and you get to share what you lived. Just like what I'm doing with this video. Well, as I said, if you like this genre, you should really try to see if it works properly on your browser, on your computer. And if that's the case, give it a chance, because I really loved it. And of course, there are way harder difficulties for someone who is actually skilled, unlike me. And therefore, next game. So while editing the video, I actually remembered one game that I played so long ago and that I completely forgot about. Coma. I remember it was a little gem that maybe even quite some famous YouTubers played for their channel. It's one of those games that I love, with a great art style, a surreal world, and probably a very nice soundtrack, because usually people who make this type of games always have good taste in music. Then again, my taste of music can be punk rock, metal, chiptune, so... Would you like to play the piano? Sure. E. Well, we probably need to find the right melody. I remember this game being not that long, but it had quite a meaning behind it. Oh yeah, I love it. I love it already. I love it already. Can I jump on it? Yes. I'm so tiny. Ring the doorbell? What? Well, do, re are the names of the first two notes. Just that here it's A, B, C, D, E, and whatever. But I'm not an Anglo-Saxon, therefore I'm actually cultured. So maybe do, re is A, B? Nothing happens. Nope, I'm not that cultured. This was something between Nevermore 3 that I played for the channel and that I loved, and Limbo. It reminds me so much of this. Oh wow, yes, this really reminds me of Nevermore 3. I wonder which game came out first, but I'm pretty sure Coma was way more famous, even if probably a bit shorter. Pete, it's Bird. Your name is Bird. I can't find your sister. I think maybe she's lost. What? Yes! Maybe she got lost in Shieldband, whatever that is. Yes, in my opinion, this could be the same engine of Nevermore 3. I wish I could find more games with this art style. Can I talk to the fisherman? No, I can only jump very high. Well then. Where do you think you're going, son? Oh, hello, Dad. Nowhere? Well then, make yourself useful and go find out what is clogging our drain behind the house. Okay, it's probably Simeon? I don't know. Actually, I know it is. Okay, behind the house? Is it here? Or is it behind the house? No, I can't even go here. I can only drown myself in case I don't want to play anymore. I'm lost forever. I can't go back home, Dad. Maybe climbing on the roof? No. Well, I can only go forward so far. Yeah, I love these kind of weird mechanisms that we don't know exactly how they work. Redwind Field. Oh yes, this really reminds me... What the hell? This really reminds me of Nevermore. And this soundtrack as well. My name's John, but I'm a girl. Or Jon, who knows? Hi, Jon. So listen, fella, have you ever been to Shieldband? No. They say that left is right and right is left down there. Too scary for you, I bet. Little bitch implied. Cool. Cool, bro. Here are some giant strawberries. But maybe I can jump over here. Oh. Jesus Christ, calm down. Hey, up here, do you see me? No. Oh, really? Well, look at me. I'm swinging on a gomgosa fruit. How do you do that? Mama Gomgosa says wormholes give Gomboisa magnetic powers. What am I reading? Okay. Oh, well, that was an interesting conversation. More giant strawberries. Oh, this is probably the drain that is clogged. Help, help, help! I'm stuck! How did this happen? Isn't it obvious? No, you have to explain. You have to embarrass yourself and explain me. I have hypoinflammatory disorder. I inflate randomly. Nice excuse, fat ass. What can I do to help? Get me a sharp thing. It's the only way. Well, won't it hurt? How do I... Oh. I can't go anywhere. I suppose I have to pick it up somewhere back. I played this game only once compared to the many times that I played Nevermore. But they really give me the same feeling of summer of many years ago. I really love this art style and these stories and the fantasy that the creator used to create these games. And that's probably why it's one of my favorite things about Flash games. What was clogging the pipes? Fatty fat cakes! Pop fatty pancakes! Pop fatty pancakes with his here fishing hook. Okay. Why does this guy have 62 names? Yeah, lower it a bit more. Are you actually retarded, Dad? How can you even fish if that's all the line that you got? Oh, okay. My bird had to do it. Alright, I suppose we can poke to death this fatty fat. I mean, this is quite surreal world. Peaceful in a way, if you want. Oh, whoa! I can jump on the strawberries! I'll make myself a strawberry tart later. But this type of peaceful environment, and quite surreal, I would say, I think it would fit very well to describe an imaginary world that you dream about in a coma, for how terrible a coma is for you and for the people who love you, obviously. Is that a hook I see? Yarr! Of course, I'm a pirate. I'm ready to put it up your ass, matey. You must spot me. 3, 2, 1, go, go, go! Stab. Oh, how abundant, I don't know, how incredibly relieving. Thank you, friend, thank you. No problem. Oh, you deflated indeed. Should I go back to tell Dad? Hello? No, he doesn't care. Yeah, you're not even fishing. You don't have a line, you don't have a hook. And even if you had, it doesn't reach the water. Let's see, here earlier I couldn't pass, and I still can't pass. But I see that maybe down here? Ah, yes, I saw this empty broken pipe, so probably. Alright, how am I supposed to reach it? Looks quite far. No. Oh dear. The silver chute? I ignored the meaning of that word, and therefore, hehehe, I'm in danger. Whoa. Wake up? Pete. Oh. I wonder if I could grab that light. Don't mind that I change voice every few seconds. Nice, good job. Oh, wow. Is this going to be scary? I don't like it. What? Oh, it's a plant. But I cannot continue. I have to find a way, because clearly around here... Oh, okay. Up this branch. And into the upper part. Ooh. Well, even in the dark parts, the art style is very nice, with the light coming down on that plant. No, bye, okay, bye. Well then, I will stand right here shouting outside of the hole. Maybe someone, maybe the fat cakes will come save me. He has the hook, right? He has the hook in his ass. I put it there. So eventually, in a bit of time, he will recover it. And so he will be able to fish me from the hole, so... But really, yes, I did recall a little bit about this game. It's very nostalgic, and it's very nice. I remember it being up there with Limbo back then. It was really appreciated. So I'll stop here, because I don't want to continue, absolutely. I'll wait for the fatty fat, but if you want, you should try it. Next game, then. Run 3. I remember I've played probably the first one, but they are more or less all the same. Basically a screensaver, an interactive screensaver. Oh dear. With great music though. Well, you know, when there's great music, I'm always there. Oh dear, unfortunately it's a bit laggy. And this infinite screensaver of this little boy, this little Shrek alien boy, robot, dragon. Oh, they fall down. And you can go on forever. Unfortunately, the lag is annoying. So as you can imagine, whoa, it's very difficult. But oh boy, if this makes me remember of old times. This was a quite popular game, I remember. Was this the only soundtrack, or were there more soundtracks than this? And for its simplicity, it's like extremely simple, look at that. It had quite a good success back then, probably among younger kids, but you know, even us that, I don't know back then, must have I been, 16 or so, between one episode in streaming, in illegal streaming of Naruto and another, shh, I didn't say anything. I can't pass this level so easily because there's some input lag. And FPS keep changing very often. But trust me, if they would remake it with different songs, maybe adding a rhythm game element in this, I'm sure it would come back to success. Especially if it's not Flash and it's mobile or something. Maybe there is already something similar. I don't know. I don't really know much about new stuff. Oh, I see, if I touch one of those crumbly blocks or whatever, all the other crumbly blocks will go down. I have no idea how I managed to pass that. Coming through, that's enough, because it's getting laggier and laggier. And this is a bit the symbol of Flash games, of how cool and inventive they were, because after all, they weren't born in the minds of corporate bullshit in AAA industries, but many of them were born in the minds of creators, artists, and people who just had a lot of fantasy and wanted to share their fantasy and their talent with others. And that's why I love Flash games so much. That's why I made this video, and that's why I hope that their legacy will last forever. So I hope you enjoyed this revisiting. Thank you for watching this video. And this is my tribute to Flash games. I would often visit Newgrounds and congregate and click on some Flash games to live some new adventures. Some of them were better, some of them were worse. They kept us company through all that time, and therefore I believe they deserve to be remembered. I hope some big YouTuber will also make this kind of video, because there are many good but unknown and forgotten games. And for sure many games that I would have liked that I just never had the chance to play. In any case, I hope you liked this video. Maybe some of these games intrigued you. Maybe you played some of these games and I made you remember them. And who knows, maybe there will be a way to still play these old Flash games, at least some of them, somehow. I'm not really an expert on these things. So I hope you liked it. I'm SurroundEdByFreaks. I'll see you next time. Bye.